Hi Gemini, welcome to your mid-March reading. As always, keep in mind that this is only a general reading. Always take what it feels right and with what does resonate within your own life experiences during this time. If you would like to have a personal reading with me, please contact me through the email I put in the description box below. As usual, for the month of March, I have a special tarot offer available at a sales price, and for March is called Soul Circle. This is a reading that was created to reflect and provide some insight in terms of where you might be standing in your own spiritual journey and cycle, what kind of challenges and what kind of blessings might be a part of this present time, but also incoming. Now, this is a reading that focuses a lot on the spiritual energy of it and the spiritual perspective, but it can be adapted to other specific cycles you might be wondering, as love, relationships, or career and finances. But always, even if you chose, to kind of have that difference than the general one, the reading is always focused on the spiritual perspective of what might be, happening energetically speaking in your life. So if you would like to know more details about that or any other of my services, please just email me. Or if you would like to donate and support my channel, you can also do so by following the PayPal link, which is also down below. So Gemini, I do feel like this mid-March presents this idea of needing to kind of break down, or like this breakdown, this separation, this sense of disconnection with something, and it feels like something that happens suddenly. So it could be, an abrupt sense of an ending, like a breakup, or leaving a job, or leaving a group of people or an activity, changing something around out of the blue. I just feel like something will perhaps change for you suddenly, and it feels like something that it's a little bit out of your grasp, right, out of your control. It could be something that happens again, like a lightning striking, right, a structure or an aspect of your life out of nowhere, and then it kind of makes you, due to that effect, it makes you see or realize or acknowledge where you really want to be going and heading. So it's like a sense of rearrangement of direction when it comes to your happiness. I feel like some of you Geminis will see, like, have this very clear vision of what your happiness is for you, what your path of happiness is for you versus what isn't. So if you have been in a path or doing something that sabotages this experience, right? The happy ending energy, the happy couple, the full on, blessings of all kinds being shown and given to you. So this is a family card as well. This is also a card of union. You feeling at whole, right? Not only with your own self, but with everything that surrounds you. Feeling like everything makes sense. Everything is working, right, to a higher cause, to a higher purpose. Everything connects. Again, the sense of connectedness. I feel as well like for some of you, this could be just that realization of, whoa, something is just, either something is right there that it's quite positive that you have not seen it before, because I keep getting like something was keeping you, like having your eyes in a direction when you should be having in another, but something was like interfering in your your vision field, and like the tower forces you to look at something, and I feel like some of you will be liking what you will be seeing. some of you will. Some of you will just be that is just something so, you know, either it's just something that you were not expecting, something that even provokes you or questions, you know, so many things you have been, you know, experiencing. And it's like not knowing how to kind of receive or adapt to this new, you know, understanding of what the whole of something is. Now, it could also be that as you see how certain dots are connecting and disconnecting in your life, you will realize what has been, where you have been disrespecting your own soul needs. When I say that, is a sense, there is a sense of some of you not, you have not been honoring your soul needs or your soul demands, your soul, or hearing your soul cries, like shoving it down or repressing it to all that you could, like to the full extent that you could, out of fear or out of just this inadequacy when it comes to dealing with all of that internal, it's like the internal management has not been doing, you have not been doing it well for some reason. And I feel the sense of disrespect that I'm speaking is just not perhaps giving yourself, again, the opportunity to really tune in as you should have, right? In order to then consciously and on your outer reality be able to understand what's for you versus what isn't. So basically being disconnected from your heart, your soul, your truth, what moves you, what inspires you in life. And for those of you that do have been feeling that way, I feel like abrupt clarity and proper guidance will now be given to you. Of course, that not for all of you Geminis will be right away in mid-March, because time and time predictions are not something, you know, linear. It's something that depends a lot on your own process and journey. But for those of you that have been struggling with this for some time, I feel like the period of like the aha moment, whereas you suddenly understand something, it's showing as being on the verge of happening, that information kind of coming in and changing how things have been. I do feel like some of you, this could also be talking about some change, some big change when it comes to the family dynamic. So some of you could be just leaving a cycle, you know. I do feel like some of you have some a little bit karmic ties with family. Family dynamics have been a little bit, you know, complicated, or there has been a lot to struggle with, a lot to learn, a lot to integrate. But whatever you had to learn, for those of you dealing with this as well, whatever you had to learn when it comes to the family energy, I do feel like you have reached the culmination point when it comes to that. And now it's like stepping out of a dynamic, or even for those of you living with family that is not good for you, or the environment is just not of your liking, does not promote you peace, or you have kind of settled there for too long. I feel like some of you are leaving the nest, basically is what I'm getting here, leaving the nest. Some of you perhaps feel pressured to do this because things on, again, the nest environment have been with the tower a little bit difficult, or you just, you know, there's this disruptive energy when it comes to a nest environment that you're leaving. The nest can also just be talking about your comfort zones. It could also be talking just about basically the familiarity, right, zones, the familiar aspects of your reality changing to push you to the Ace of Wands and the Sun, which are two very promising energies for you. This is very good because it represents that first, whatever the tower hits and whatever the tower changes and whatever the tower does, it's going to have, you know, a very positive outcome for you. So what goes, what separates, or what you cut through, in a way, what you see, is just to push you to the path of absolute happiness, success, empowerment. So in the tower, we see the lack of power, the lack of control, and then you regain full on that control. The visible, right, energy everywhere. So where there has been doubt, where there has been, in a way, insecurity, where there has been so many questions, here comes the Sun and the Ace of Wands kind of clearing it all out for you. I do feel like there's again that sense of being hit by sheer light, and you're going to see something that is, I feel like for some of you will be mind-blowing. The truth of something will blow your minds. For others of you, I feel like this is also talking about from Aries season, spring season forward, things will pick up here. The pace and energetically will be much better for you perhaps than what they have been right now. They have been, Geminis, you have been in this weird energy, you know, of subtle healing, silent understanding, you know, dealing with a lot of weird phenomena, or dealing with, you know, so much wondering and mystery and lack of knowing, right? The sense of knowing, that for some of you there are to reconnect with the knowing, with the vision, right? The celebration as well of your power to create your life, and you're happy. It's like the sense of you're happy, it's creating from your happy recipe, right? What is your happy recipe? I feel like some of you don't know, or you have not been understanding where your happiness lies, and you will kind of figure it out, where it lies, what's the path, what's the direction. I do feel for others of you, you will perhaps initiate something during springtime that deals with a new skill, a new job, a new interest, a new vocation that will be, you know, just the right one for you. It will bring you success. It will bring you some sense of celebration. It will bring you a lot to look forward to. So for Geminis, they're a little bit, I feel like there's some of you that are a little bit angry or scared or just all over the place, and like in this nervous, you know, vibe. The feeling here is no need. You might be picking on the energy of the Tower. Some of you that are quite sensitive to energy, it's like you are anticipating this event. For those of you that this has not happened yet, sometimes the Tower talks about fights or, you know, breakups again, or like events that seem, you know, quite, you know, disruptive, unfortunate, like accidents or, you know, fires. Those type of things sometimes can happen, but usually it's just, you know, an upheaval of some sorts, right? That usually creates this volcano eruption effect, where the truth is, I feel like for some of you, this is something that there's like no point of return, but this no point of return is like good. What needs to be destroyed, changed, let go is for a very good reason. For a very good reason, Gemini. So respect, again, the sense of respect, honor the truth in you, honor who you are, honor your life, honor the good things in your life, the truth of what you want to do, because I feel like some of you have not been doing what you're meant to do or what you know you should be doing when it comes to your let's say, mission, when it comes to perhaps a vocation of yours or just something that you know you should be doing, is like the insisting message here, and you have not been doing it. Perhaps you will start to do something. For those of you that don't actually know what that mission purpose is, I feel like you will figure it out as well soon, so don't worry. But you are April, I feel like springtime into summer, you're going to be very happy, Gemini, with some of the things you are achieving. There's a sense of victory after a period of turmoil, or after a period of sense of loss of self, loss of references, loss of relationships, loss of, again, the happy vibe, regaining it. So I hope you have a great mid-month. Thank you so much for all of you that have been liking, sharing, subscribing, commenting, and donating to my channel. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Hopefully we'll see each other soon.